Ladies and gentlemen, in the world of isekai anime, there are a lot of good ones. There are a lot of bad ones, and there are a lot of medium ones. I say most of them are medium ones. Not the most controversial take I've ever made, but a take. Slime Isekai was an isekai anime that when I started it, I was like, yep, this is gonna be one of those medium ones. It's gonna be cringe. It's just generic. Guy dies, says delete my browser history, shows up in another world, is cringe with like, he's a slime, sucky power, but it turns out he's incredibly overpowered. I was wrong. So today we are jumping into a recap of the entire story of Try Not to Pick Up Girls as a Slime. And let's see what we actually got here. Let's go through it. It's fire.
Today we will cover the series. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. Let's begin.
Bro, it's crazy. It's crazy. Just the title is like so cringe. And let's just go through it.
In modern day Tokyo, a 37-year-old salaryman called Satoru lives an ordinary life.
Oh, he watches a lot of porn.
He is mostly satisfied even though he has never had a girlfriend.
Because he watches a lot of porn.
Satoru meets up with his work colleague called Tamura and his girlfriend.
And then he's like, God damn it, I don't have a girlfriend, but at least I watch a lot of porn.
While they're walking around, a hooded man suddenly appears and targets Tamura. Protecting Tamura, Satoru pushes him out of the way but gets stabbed himself. While he is bleeding out on the floor, he hears a voice announcing that he's getting various skills just like in a video game. In accordance with Satoru wanting to stop feeling the pain from his stab wound and his body turning cold, the voice tells him he has acquired resistances against heat, temperature changes, electricity, paralysis, stabbing and physical attacks together with pain nullification and a body that doesn't require blood. Before he dies, Satoru tells Tamura to be happy with his girlfriend. He regrets dying a virgin and wants to become a womanizer if he is reborn. After the voice says that he has acquired a unique skill called Predator and the Great Sage skill, Satoru loses consciousness. When he wakes up,
he dies.
Feels like he's in a void. He can remember
He's just like me.
His past life, but realizes he can't see anything, can't talk, and doesn't feel his arms or legs. However, he can move and feel rocks and plants around him. Touching one of the plants, he instantly absorbs it and realizes he was reborn as a slime, one of the weakest video game monsters. Even though he doesn't need to eat or sleep, he keeps absorbing plants because he doesn't have anything else to do. He finds out that his Great Sage skill enables him to talk to a voice that can answer all his questions. When he asks where the plants he ate went, the voice explains that he has a unique skill called Predator. That skill enables him to store beings and objects in his stomach, and
just like me,
analyze them, and then acquire
I'm also a predator, not a predator.
Their skills. He can also transform into that object whenever he wants. Giving his skill a try, he analyzes the plants he ate and finds out that they are medicinal hypocute herbs that only grow in areas rich in magic tools, a material that makes up all magical beings.
All right, cool,
Because he has nothing else.
Man has the ability of narrator.
To do, Satoru decides to gather all the hypocute herbs in the cave and make lots of healing potions inside of his body. Afterwards,
because why not?
He starts gathering valuable magic ore, but he doesn't look where he's going and falls down a flight of strange stairs. Feel pain, he finds out he can take damage. Luckily, he has the self-regeneration skill that quickly heals him. Suddenly, Satoru hears a deep voice talking to him in his head. Satoru can't see him. The voice's owner offers to give him the gift of sight if Satoru promises that he won't get scared of him and run away. The mysterious person has been sealed in the cave for 300 years, and he has been bored the whole time, wanting someone to talk to. Talking to him using his thoughts, Satoru agrees to the conditions, and the voice teaches him how to feel the magicules around him, helping him acquire a skill called Magic Sense.
Let's go.
Using his new gift of sight,
I
Satoru
love the gift of sight. He's just like me, for real.
The owner of the mysterious voice and realizes he's a gigantic, scary dragon. The dragon introduces himself as Veldora the Storm Dragon, one of the only four true dragons in this world. Veldora tells him slimes usually don't have to think, which makes Satoru something cowardly unique, a being with extraordinary abilities. Veldora also tells him that people from other worlds
I just tip my Veldora to you.
Sometimes visit, but that he's the first known person who has been reincarnated into this world from another one.
Oh,
when otherworlders visit this world, they also always gain special abilities.
Yo!
300 years ago, Veldora destroyed a whole town by mistake. A powerful female hero then defeated him and used a skill called Ultimate Imprisonment to seal him inside a cave.
Yes!
The hero also called herself a summon, which means she has been summoned from another world by mages and used as a powerful weapon who can't defy a summoner.
I actually did not remember this little bit of lore.
Hearing his story, Satoru asks Veldora if he wants to become his friend. Veldora has too much pride
this truly is an anime.
But Satoru manages to convince him, saying he'll never return to the cave if he doesn't become his friend. Since Veldora is his friend now, Satoru wants to help free him from the cave. Using his Great Sage skill, he figures out they could remove his prison if they first analyze it from both the inside and the outside. Before they start, Veldora wants to give Satoru a name, since he doesn't have one in this world. Rimuru and explains that he gave him his protection by naming him. Veldora then tells Rimuru to make up a kind of family name for the two of them that will signify that they are equals. Rimuru comes up with the name Tempest, making them Veldora Tempest and Rimuru Tempest from then on.
Sure.
As soon as Veldora spoke the name Rimuru Tempest, Rimuru feels like that name became engraved upon his soul. The same happens to Veldora when Rimuru speaks his new name. Lets Rimuru absorb him together with the ultimate imprisonment so they can both start analyzing it in order to break it someday. In the Great Forest of Jura, where Rimuru's cave is located, there are several countries. In the kingdom of Blue, a minister called Veryard and a guild master called Fuse are troubled because Veldora disappeared from the cave he was sealed in. They think the other monsters in the forest might unite and attack the humans. There is also the chance that the Eastern Kingdom will try to conquer the provinces surrounding the forest, since they couldn't reach them while Veldora was sealed nearby. Fuse agrees to do Veryard a favor and investigate the forest and the Eastern Kingdom's plans. Back in the cave, Rimuru wanders around for days trying to find an exit. On his way, he acquires different skills, like the ability to swim and launch blades made of water. Encountering different enemies, he defeats them, absorbs them, and gets even more skills. Defeating a bat, he uses its ultrasonic wave skill to give himself the ability to speak. Several weeks later, he finally finds a huge gate. At that moment, the gate opens and a party of adventurers enter the cave. Rimuru hides himself, and while the adventurers go deeper inside, Rimuru escapes outside. While Rimuru is exploring the Great Forest and enjoying its sights, a group of goblins find him, having sensed an unusually powerful monster. The goblins' leader takes Rimuru to their poor, run-down village and asks him to help them. When the goblins' god disappeared a month before, the monsters in the area have become unusually active and started harassing them. Rimuru realizes the goblins' god was actually Veldora, who has been keeping monsters away by goblins until he absorbed him. Without Veldora's protection, the direwolves have been attacking the goblins with their overwhelming strength and numbers, causing the deaths of many of them. Their most powerful warrior, who was one of the Elder's sons, died too. Seeing the goblins' situation is desperate, Rimuru seriously thinks about helping them.
Stop calling him Rimuru, please!
When they bow before him and offer him their loyalty in exchange for his protection, Rimuru realizes he can't decline anymore and agrees to become the goblin village's guardian instead of Veldora.
Sure.
Visiting the tent where the wounded goblins are, Rimuru quickly envelops each of them in his body and completely heals them using the healing potions he made previously. After he does that, he tells the goblins they will need to build a fence for protection. That night, the direwolves attack the goblin village led by a wolf with a scar across his eye. The goblins' new fence stops the wolves in their tracks, and Rimuru tries telling them to leave them alone, but they don't listen to him and attack. The goblins, using bows and arrows, bravely protect their village together with traps that Rimuru has set. Underestimating Rimuru, the leader wolf runs towards him to attack him, but gets caught in a sticky thread trap. Rimuru then uses his water blade skill to—
I will now use my technique, Nut. With my nut technique, my facial strategy will be complete.
Cut his head off.
Complete. All right, you got it.
Seeing this, the other wolves stop their attack. Rimuru announces that he gives them the choice to submit to him or die. The wolves don't respond. Rimuru decides to absorb their leader's body. Transforming into a wolf, he again gives the wolves the same choice.
Bro is so OP, holy shit.
And uses the leader's menace skill to assert his dominance. Hearing his might roar,
then he pisses on them.
The whole wolf
makes them gurgle that yellow shit.
Pack bows to Rimuru, having decided to submit to him. After a night of celebration, Rimuru gathers all the goblins and wolves. He decides to pair them up and make them live and work together.
Sure. And there he's out here just committing war crimes, threatening people, causing alliances that definitely are totally awesome, gonna last.
Since monsters don't have names, Rimuru decides to name all the goblins and wolves so he can
Bro, that's racist as shit. They don't get names.
Communicate with them more easily. He is surprised when all of them are unusually happy to hear that. He names the village chief Rigger and his son Rigger after his older brother. After naming all the goblins, he moves on to the wolves. Even though Rimuru killed their leader, it turns out none of the wolves are holding a grudge against him, not even the leader's son, a wolf with a star-shaped patch of fur on his forehead. He decides to name the wolf leader's son Renga and even gives him the family name Tempest. However, once he does that, he starts feeling weak. He realizes that giving names to monsters uses up magic energy, and he has to take a rest to recover. 3 days later, Rimuru finally wakes up and finds that
I know, names grant power. It's like a whole big part of the power system of the world. I know.
The old village chief suddenly looks incredibly muscular and healthy.
Oh, man, glue up for real, for real.
That when someone gives it a name, a monster's rank rises and it evolves. All the wolves and goblins in the village evolved in the same way, becoming strong and healthy. The male goblins evolved into hobgoblins and the female goblins into goblinas. Talking to Ranga, Rimuru finds out that all the wolves evolved, even though he only named Ranga, because all dire wolves are united as one. Ranga even renamed the entire clan into the Tempest Wolf clan. Gathering all the goblins
that's kind of badass.
and wolves, Rimuru gives them 3 rules he would like them
Bro, I got a mustache. Why?
to uphold. They can't attack humans, they can't fight amongst themselves, and they can't belittle other races. Trusting Rimuru's judgment, the goblins and wolves accept his rules. Rimuru appoints Rigger as the goblin lord of the village and gives jobs to all the goblins. He forms a team for protecting the village and a team for gathering food.
I love it.
But he doesn't know how to solve the problem of building new houses and making clothes since the goblins aren't very good at it.
It's okay, just keep them naked. Who cares? More titties.
On Rigger's suggestion, Rimuru decides to visit the dwarven country of Dworgen and look for skilled dwarves to help them out.
The
Taking
dwarven
a number of
Dworgen.
goblins and tempest wolves with him, Rimuru departs.
Bro! Every single one of these goblins gets this epic glow up, alright? Dude, and then there's this guy. Holy shit, they found a Smeagol goblin just for no reason. This guy didn't beef up. Why?
Towards Dworgen. On their way there, they take a break at the Emeld River. Rigger reveals that his late older brother got his name from a passing man called Gelmud, who was an officer in the Demon Lord's army.
Oh shit, the Demon Lord.
Rimuru once again asks Ranga if he feels like he wants to avenge his father, but Ranga is loyal to him now because he spared his clan and even gave them names. After 3 days of travel, Rimuru and his party arrive at Dworgen, a large trade city carved in a mountain, where humans, elves, and dwarves live together. Because he doesn't want to attract too much attention, Rimuru only takes Gapta with him, a small goblin who has been to the city before.
Gapta, look at this guy!
While Rimuru and Gapta are waiting in line to get in, bandits appear and start bullying them for being weak monsters. Telling Gapta to cover his eyes and ears, Rimuru tells the bandits to go away if they don't want trouble. When the bandits don't listen, Rimuru ends up having to transform into his wolf form and use his menace skill to drive them all away. Unable to contain his power,
Bro should just absorb them at this point.
Rimuru accidentally scares lots of innocent people, and attracts the attention of Dworgen's guards.
Aw, that sucks.
Realizing Rimuru is at fault for the chaos, the guards throw him into the city's dungeon together with Gapta. Talking to Kaido, Dworgen's captain
Oh my god, it's Kaido. That's crazy.
security. Rimuru manages to convince him he didn't cause the commotion on purpose. Suddenly, a dwarf appears and tells Kaido that a monster is terrorizing the city, but they don't have enough health potions to heal their wounded allies. Getting an idea, Rimuru fills a barrel with healing and gives it to Kaido. Kaido takes the barrel and hurries towards the wounded dwarves, telling Rimuru to stay in his cell. When night falls, Kaido returns and tells Rimuru his potions help the dwarves defeat their enemy.
No way.
As thanks, he releases Rimuru and Gapta and gives them something to eat. Rimuru tells Kaido he needs to find a talented craftsman, and Kaido agrees to help him. The next day, Kaido takes Rimuru to his brother, a talented dwarven blacksmith called Kajin. Kajin would be willing to help Rimuru, but it turns out he has gotten an unreasonably large longsword order from a minister called Vesta, and he doesn't have time for anything else.
That sucks.
Rimuru remembers absorbing a lot of magic ore in the cave he woke up in, and he shows it to Kajin, surprising him. In exchange for the ore, Rimuru asks Kajin to find him craftsmen who could come to the Goblin village and teach the villagers how to make houses. Surprised, Rimuru didn't ask for anything more.
Anything could be a dildo if you're brave enough.
Kajin accepts his offer happily. In order to help Kajin even more, he absorbs and analyzes one of his longswords. After that, he uses the magic ore he has already absorbed to produce all the swords Kajin needs in an instant. Overjoyed, Kajin takes Rimuru to a bar with beautiful elven waitresses. Rimuru enjoys the elves' attention.
Yo, I also like enjoying elves' attention.
And has fun drinking with them and the other dwarves.
Yes.
While all this is happening, Gapta is still
Bro,
sleeping in the dungeon.
poor guy. What the hell?
The elf girls off.
Can you say that one more time? Ladies and gentlemen, can we enhance?
While all this is happening, Gapta is still sleeping in the dungeon.
What goes on right here?
One of the elf girls offers to tell Rimuru his fortune.
One more time, just
Still sleeping in the dungeon. One of the elf girls.
I take it back. The show's great. Turns out the show is really good. I know a lot of people have been saying it's been mid until this point, but they're all wrong. This show is actually brilliant. There's nothing wrong with this show. It's everything that it needed to be.
Girls offers to tell Rimuru his fortune. Rimuru wants to see the person he is destined to be with, and the elf's crystal ball shows him black-haired girl who looks Japanese. Suddenly, the minister called Vesta enters the bar.
Bro,
Approaching Kajin
this pedo stash. I wouldn't trust this man for 4 seconds.
arrogantly, he taunts him, thinking he won't be able to finish making all the swords he ordered in time, but gets surprised when Cajun tells him they're already done. When he sees Rimuru, Vesta is disgusted and spills a mug of beer on him while mocking him for being a slime. Rimuru spills a mug of Cajun tells him they're already done.
Show me again.
When he sees Rimuru, Vesta is disgusted and spills a mug of beer on him while mocking him for being a slime.
Damn.
Rimuru does his best to stay calm, but Cajun gets angry and knocks Vesta out with a punch because he mocked his guest.
God.
All of a sudden, Cajun has to leave Dwarven and go to Rimuru's village himself, and Rimuru is overjoyed. However, he quickly gets arrested for punching a minister and
there it is.
Thrown into the dungeon, together with Rimuru and 3 dwarf brothers who were in the bar with them.
What a coincidence. The squad.
While they are talking, Cajun explains why Vesta hates him so much. Cajun used to serve Gazel, Dwarven's king, as the captain of one of the Royal Knight Orders, while Vesta served as his assistant.
Damn.
Since Vesta is from a family of royals, while Cajun is from a family of peasants, Vesta was jealous of Cajun for being a higher rank than him.
I do love me some classism.
One day, a project called the Magisoldier Project that
or slaves
Vesta was working on went wrong, and he accused Cajun of it being his fault.
True.
Because Vesta had a lot of Cajun was forced to take responsibility and quit the royal guards. Ever since, Vesta continues to hold a grudge against Cajun and does his best to make his life harder.
Why?
Nevertheless, Cajun doesn't think Vesta is a bad person, since he is passionate about his work. He thinks that if he leaves the country, Vesta might become a better man. This is why he wants to go with Rimuru to his village. The 3 dwarf brothers also want to join him, and Rimuru accepts them. The next
Did he give them the finger?
morning, Rimuru and the dwarves' trial begins.
They have him in chains. He's a slime. This ain't gonna do nothing. Okay.
Once the king, a large, serious dwarf called Gazel, appears. Since they're not
Bro, I got this guy Gazel over here guzzling on my knob.
allowed to speak unless the king allows them, Rimuru and the dwarves' defendant talks instead of them. However, he ends up.
Oh my god! You can never trust people with mustaches like this. What is this face? Who made this?
Lying about the dwarves storming the bar and assaulting Vesta while he was peacefully drinking there. Cajun realizes Vesta has paid their defendant to accuse them instead
Damn, he really picked up on that? That's crazy.
of defending them. When Vesta agrees with the defendant's testimony, the judge sentences Cajun to 20 years of forced labor, and the
Oh, slavery. Let's go. Let's go. This is Mario's brother, Lario. So true. So true. God, I love lawyers. Lawyers are so cool. Damn.
other dwarves to 10 years of labor. Surprisingly, Gazel asks Cajun to return to him and serve as his knight again, but Cajun tells him he already promised to serve someone else. The king understands and exiles Cajun and the others, ordering them to leave immediately. While he is leaving, Rimuru notices the king looks sad. Afterwards, Gazel talks to Vesta alone.
I like that there's actual like lore and stuff going on.
And reveals
like there's actual political discourse. It's not all about this one little gooey man's quest to justice. Not a soft man's quest to become hard. That's not what this is all about. There are other inner workings in this world that you have to learn about, and I really like that.
He knew he lied about Cajun being at fault for the Magisoldier Project's failure, but he trusted Vesta and waited for him to admit it. Because he destroyed the dwarves' relationship with Rimuru, who helped them with his incredibly strong healing potions, Gazel fires Vesta as his retainer. Vesta is shocked, but he says nothing to defend himself, realizing he has made a mistake. Ever since he was a boy, he only wanted to be useful to the king, but he chose the wrong path somewhere along the way.
Yes, sir.
With tears in his eyes, he asks the king for forgiveness, but Gazel only thanks him for his service and tells him to never show himself to him again.
Oh shit. Please forgive me. Never again. Man got cock-blocked. So if that's the case, and the king knew that this was all going down, why did the king listen to the lawyer? Like, come on, man. Why do you gotta do this?
Later, Gazel orders an assassin.
It's like, oh yes, okay, I sentence you to 10 years of slavery. And then he turns to the prosecutor. I knew you were lying. Huh? Wait, what?
To keep his eye on Rimuru because he thinks he is a dangerous monster. Meanwhile, in a guild in the kingdom of Bloomin' Fuse, the guildmaster reports that there is no sign that the Eastern Empire is preparing to attack.
Oh, that sucks.
In front of him are the 3 adventurers Rimuru saw at the entrance of the cave before.
Hey.
A fighter called Kavel, a sorcerer girl called Eren, and a thief
I've seen Eren hentai, and I'm not talking about the rumbling.
called Yido. Fuse sent the 3 of them to check if Veldora is still in the cave, and they confirmed he disappeared. Their next mission will be to investigate around the Great Jura Forest and see what is happening with the monsters there.
Bro, are they just Team Rocket for the whole story? Ain't no way.
Outside, while the adventurers are complaining about Fuse overworking them, a masked black-haired girl called Shizu approaches
Oh my god! I mean, it's not complete underboob, but it's like partial underboob, so we give it a pass.
them and asks to accompany them to the forest. Eren immediately accepts and Shizu is grateful. A few weeks after they return to the Goblin village, Rimuru shows Ranga a powerful new skill called Black Lightning. As
How?
soon as they arrived, KJ
How did he know Black Lightning? Alright,
and the other dwarves started
Maybe he absorbed some Black Lightning shit.
teaching the goblins how to make weapons, clothes,
Yes, I know, it's the black-haired girl, obviously. But dressed underboob still counts, is what I'm trying to say. That was the moral of the story.
jewelry, and houses. While Rimuru was gone, goblins from other villages heard about him and joined his village,
Oh my god, I love this guy.
expanding it from 100 to 500 goblins.
You see all these pathetic little shotas and lollies? Not for long, ladies and gentlemen. They're gonna get an upgrade.
Using his great sage skill, Rimuru finds out that orcs, lizardmen, and ogres are currently competing over dominance in the great forest of Jura.
I love how his great sage skill is basically like JRPG lore.
In order to protect the goblins from those
My great sage thing, which sounds a lot like Vati Vidya's narration on Dark Souls lore.
powerful monsters, Rimuru accepted them and gave all names. Because Rimuru forgot him in Dwarven, Gobta learned how to summon a Tempest Wolf and rode it back to the village in order to escape from the dungeon.
What? Nandato! Oh my god, Smeagol out here with the actual magic.
Rigurd was promoted from Goblin
They just forgot him there, oh my god.
Lord to Goblin King, since he became the leader of the village elders who recently joined them.
Nice.
In the present, Rigor, as the captain of the village's security, reports
I
that he
hate that
saw
name.
suspicious human scouts in the forest. In the forest, Shizu and the three adventurers are running away from giant ants.
Team
Suddenly,
Rocket
Shizu
style.
takes out her sword and envelops it in flames. With swordsmanship and fire spells,
Because she knows that fire type is super effective on bug type.
she quickly and skillfully kills all the ants. However,
Clothed underboob still counts, I've decided. The jury's in. The jury's in. Clothed underboob still counts. It's a dub. It's a dub, ladies and gentlemen.
one of the ants gets back up, but Shizu is too exhausted to attack. Before the ant
Bro, there's no way. She's a human from another world and she's this weak compared to freaking Slimy Boy.
manages to attack her, a black lightning bolt hits the ant and kills it, making Shizu's mask fly away. Having killed the ant, Rimuru shows himself to Shizu and the adventurers and realizes Shizu is the person he saw in the elf's crystal ball. Taking Shizu and the others to the village, Rimuru and the goblins give them something
She was summoned, not reincarnated. Whatever, you know what I mean. How did she beat the dragon when the dragon attacked the village, 300 years ago, if she can't beat 3 ants? Like, you're gonna tell me that the power scaling fits because she was summoned, not reincarnated?
to eat. After they finish the meal, they all formally introduce
Oh, that wasn't her, that was someone else? More to the story? Oh, I didn't get that far. Interesting. I didn't get that far, I guess. Okay.
themselves to each other. The adventurers are impressed that Rimuru is the master of the village and thank him for rescuing them and giving them something to eat. While Shizu is eating, seeing her sitting style, Rimuru realizes she's probably from Japan.
Yo!
The adventurers
Because looking like a Japanese girl wasn't enough of a giveaway.
leader, Kavel, explains to Rimuru that they were sent by the guild to investigate the forest and Rimuru lets them all stay in the village overnight.
That's
At
awesome.
sunset, Rimuru finds Shizu alone on a cliff overlooking the forest. Shizu realizes Rimuru is from Japan from the way he is talking and admits she is also from Japan.
Bro's a slime.
She tells Rimuru about her past. A long time ago, her hometown was in the middle of a war, and she was running away with her mother.
Wait, what? In Japan or here? What? Huh? Wait, huh?
Shortly after, some burning debris fell on her mother and killed her. Someone
that
summoned
sucks.
Shizu to this world.
She really is Eren. Oh my god. No, I know that was the other one, but that's hilarious.
In order
Wait, Japan, World War II? Oh. Okay, gotcha. Cool.
to cheer her up,
She's old. She old.
Rimuru uses a skill called Thought Communication to show Shizu his memories of living in Japan and how much the country changed for the better since she left.
Post Oppenheimer.
He tells her he wants to make this world one where everyone can live in peace, and she supports him.
Sure he does. Bro rizzing out of his ass right now.
After Rimuru leaves, Shizu remembers the time when she was summoned. She woke up in a magic circle on the floor with an emotionless blonde man observing her. At first he thinks she is useless, but then decides to give her body to a powerful fire spirit called
Sure.
Alpha. Suddenly, a parrot monster appears
Sure.
and Rumen announces that
Bro, it's a
he will
stand.
defeat the blonde man, who's actually a demon lord called Leon.
Okay, this is the most Isekai villain thing I've ever seen.
In order to test Shizu, Leon tells Ifrit to take over her body. Using an incredibly powerful fire spell, Ifrit eradicates Conic completely.
Well,
Satisfied with
rip.
Shizu's results, Leon decides to take her in.
Falco, punch!
Sometime later, Shizu sees her friend Perino in the forest together with a fox pup she rescued.
Oh, that's so cute.
When Perino takes the fox with her to Leon's castle,
Oh.
the fox starts growling at Leon as soon as it sees him.
Oh my god, it's almost like he's a sexy demon lord or something that I totally. Fellas, is it gay if he's a demon lord?
Thinking the fox is a threat, Ifrit takes control of Shizu, making her eyes turn red.
No!
Instantly,
I didn't get this far when I actually watched it. I dropped it somewhere along the line. I only saw bits and pieces moving on.
Burns both Perino and Pizu,
What?
until nothing is left of them.
That's dark. Did I not finish season 1 and just start season 2 anyway? Is that what happened? Oh my god, that's crazy. I am terrible at this whole watching stuff thing.
Regaining control of herself, Shizu realizes what happened and starts crying in despair. In the present day, Shizu wakes up from a nightmare. Suddenly, her
That's
eyes
crazy.
turn red, but she manages to suppress Ifrit's influence.
That is dark as shit. Now that's a backstory. She goes from World War II in Japan to get reincarnated into Isekai world to need to burn her friends to death. Holy crap.
Later that day, Shizu tells Rimuru that she will have to go soon so she doesn't cause any trouble
She's so cute. She's so good to know some.
for him. She tells him her goal is finding the man who summoned her and admits that she is actually several decades old.
Wow, she's really. I love how she's like, I'm actually not a child. Camera pans down to her crotch. It's like, yeah, I am actually not underage. Camera angle drastically shifts. As you can see my butt from the front and from the back. That's how you know I'm an adult.
When Shizu rejoins the
Pay no attention to the clothed underboob.
adventurers, she suddenly starts acting strange and clutches her stomach.
Oh, damn.
She starts screaming in pain.
Is it just me, or is her clutching her stomach and screaming in pain kind of hot? Is that me? Am I weird for that? Am I weird for that? But it's kind of hot the way she's like screaming in pain right now.
Her mask breaks and light starts
Damn.
pouring out of it. In an explosion of fire, she flies into the air. Cable realizes that Shizu is actually the retired legendary hero of their guild known as the Conqueror of Flames.
Oh man,
Seeing what is going on,
that's a cool name.
Rimuru tells Rigger to evacuate the villagers. In a vortex of flame, Shizu's eyes turn red and she transforms into Ifrit,
Oh my god, that's not the gender bend anime I was hoping for today.
who summons 3 flying
That suit is so tight, it's almost like she's naked. That's the life hack. I feel like that is literally the life hack right now. It's honestly, if I'd start an anime, I would like just have them all wearing like the most skin tight bodysuits of all time, running around and be like, no, they're fully clothed. What are you talking about?
salamanders that start burning down the foundations
Ah, salamanders, like the ones we know and love.
of Rimuru's village. The adventurers know they are no match for him, but want to do their best to save Shizu anyway. Rimuru
Oh, so it's a fire demon summoning flying dragons. Good thing I have my trusty pocket knife.
asks Ifrit what he wants, but Ifrit doesn't say anything and just throws a fireball at him. While the adventurers fight one of the salamanders, Rimuru summons Ranga and rides him. While Ranga is evading the
Yeah.
salamander's fire blasts, Rimuru uses his Great Sage skill to try and think of ways to beat them. When the Great Sage skill tells him that only magic attacks will work on spirits,
Great Sage, tell me. Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. The only thing worse than a Burger King burger is somebody's foot fungus.
Rimuru asks Eren to fire one of her Icicle Lance spells at him. Absorbing the Icicle Lance, Rimuru analyzes it and learns it. Jumping through the air
Man is so broken. Why doesn't he meet everyone he meets? He should tell them to all shoot him with their magic so that he could learn all of it.
on Ranga, he summons a large number of Icicle Lances to create an attack he calls Icicle Shotgun, which he uses to defeat the 2
That's a pretty badass name, not gonna lie.
salamanders. However, the 3rd salamander approaches the 3 adventurers and self-destructs near them, defeating
Oh
them.
my god,
Rimuru-
bro! Brother. Suicide salamanders, not what we expected to see today.
Tells Ranga to save the adventurers while he takes Ifrit on himself. Ifrit makes clones of himself that descend towards Rimuru. Using his Icicle Shotgun, Rimuru destroys all the clones easily.
You fool, but they were merely shadow clones.
But Ifrit then makes a huge magic circle and envelops Rimuru in a massive vortex of flame.
That sucks.
However, it turns out that the spell doesn't work on Rimuru at all, since he has temperature change
Man's fireproof because he said, "Oh, my blood is so warm," when he was dying.
resistance that nullifies fire
man.
attacks.
Sure.
Realizing he can easily beat Ifrit after all,
He's so broken, it's crazy. It's like, where's the suspense? He's just so broken.
Rimuru uses his thread magic to restrain him and then absorbs him,
Oh my god!
separating him from Shizu.
And you wonder how his man ends up becoming such an overpowered god. Well, that's how. Now he has Ifrit powers,
Inside
I
of
guess.
Rimuru, Ifrit is helpless. A voice tells him he is no match for his friend Rimuru and that he will now have to face him. It turns out the voice belongs to Veldora, who starts laughing.
You idiot, I was here all along. God, this is just a story of a dragon being inside of a boy. Not in that way. Not in the bad dragon r/dragons fucking cars way.
Next morning,
Totally
Shizu wakes
different
up in a bed and thanks Rimuru for freeing her from Ifrit. She decides to tell
Ifrit? No, man. You did not call him Ifrit.
her whole life story. She continued serving the Demon Lord until the hero appeared. After a battle between the hero and the Demon Lord abandoned his castle and left Shizu there as a guard.
Yes.
One day, the hero came to the castle. We can see that the hero
What a coincidence. They look kind of alike, and they also wear skin-tight
was
bodysuits.
a black-haired girl with the same mask Shizu wore when she first met the adventurers. Shizu did her best to fight her, but the hero was so strong she couldn't beat her.
Well, she can't beat anyone, it seems. She lost to ants in the forest. Like, what?
After defeating Shizu, the hero asked her who she was and why she was there. Hearing her story, the hero told her everything will be alright and took her in.
Oh my god, she got free head pats. Free head pats. One day.
She gave her her mask and told her it will help her resist Ifrit's magic. From then on, Shizu traveled with the hero, learning more about the world,
Okay,
helping
cool.
others in fighting. After a while,
So this is the hero that beat the dragon 300 years ago, right?
Shizu became known as the Conqueror of Flame. One day, the hero left her, but told her they will meet again one day. Shizu decided to become stronger and spent the following decades helping people who are suffering.
Well, that's nice. Shame she lost to an ant in the forest.
However, with time, her control over Ifrit weakened and she got scared of hurting her loved ones again. That is why she decided to retire and become an instructor at a school for otherworlders in the kingdom of Ingrassia.
Wait, there are otherworlders that are known that are coming from other worlds? That's crazy. I didn't realize that. That's wild. Damn.
She was happy there and donor for
Oh, so these were all summoned. That's why you keep making a differentiation between summoned and reincarnated. So being summoned from another world, that's commonplace. That's what happened. That's all the missing children in Japan. That's where they all end up. Reincarnated is much more interesting. It's like human trafficking. They were summoned illegally. Oh no, why are they all children though? No.
Her students even went on to become the Grandmaster, the person who oversees all the guilds in the country. When she started
cool.
feeling she won't be able to control Ifrit much longer, she decided to go on a journey to find the man who summoned her so she can ask him something.
Okay.
Taking a deep breath, Shizu tells Rimuru she has a request for him.
Find
She
the
wants him
man
to
that
eat her just
summoned me.
like-
Oh my god, she likes vor. Well, that came out of nowhere. I have one request.
He ate Ifrit. Since she doesn't like this world, she doesn't want to become absorbed by it and tells Rimuru her last request is to let her rest inside of him.
Bro. She wants the vor treatment. What can I say? She has dead mom hair. Yo, she does.
Rimuru thinks about it for a second and accepts.
No! She's not dying. She's like not unhealthy. Bro, ain't no way.
Rimuru asks her what the name of the man who summoned her was, and she tells him it's Leon Cromwell, one of the most powerful demon lords. Shizu admits she wanted to ask Leon if he acknowledged that she existed, and if the summoned kids she taught could be saved and returned to their world.
Bro, she's just such a simp. Oh my god. Bro, her dream, hold up. Her dream was to go, she is dying anyway. Okay, I respect it. So her dream was to go find the guy that summoned her and ask if she acknowledged her existence. She sounds like some sort of kid with daddy issues, just walking around, unable to find appreciation, going up to some random Japanese middle-aged businessman and saying, hey, you want to absorb me?
Rimuru
Without Ifrit, she's actually dying because Ifrit stopped her from aging. Gotcha.
swears to her that he will find Leon and ask him those questions. With her last breath, Shizu thanks him and dies, turning into an older version of herself.
Oh, it's not, so don't worry guys, it's not sad that she died, because she was old anyway.
Having realized Shizu has died, Rimuru absorbs her. Inside of Rimuru, Shizu reunites with the soul of her dead mother and
Now that's dead anime mom hair.
dies in peace. When Rigger...
That's kind of wholesome, I guess. I guess he vored her mother at some point. I guess.
and the adventurers enter Shizu's tent, they see a naked girl inside. When she turns
Yo!
around...
I'm unga boongaing right now.
they see that she looks like Shizu, but with blue hair. Rimuru explains what happened and tells them that he turned into Shizu after he absorbed her. Since they are going away soon, the three adventurers ask Rimuru to turn back into Shizu. When he does that, the adventurers tell him everything they wanted to say to Shizu before she died.
Now this is the gender bend that I actually wanted in Slime Isekai. In Slime Sekai. This is the gender bend that I needed. Yes! Yes! Self-cessed all the way.
They leave, Rimuru gives the adventurers new equipment and armor as parting gifts. The adventurers are delighted and they happily go back to their guild. Rimuru and Ranga bury Shizu's body and Rimuru swears he will find Leon Cromwell.
Wait, they bury Shizu's body? I thought he absorbed her. Wait, he spit her back out? Bro. Technically he, she is genderless? Yeah, I know, technically. But that doesn't mean it's gay if I'm looking at the Rule 34. That's what I'm just saying.
In a dry wasteland somewhere, an orc collapses from exhaustion. A strange man with a bird mask approaches him and introduces himself as
Dude, bird mask people are so badass every time.
Gelmid, giving him the name Geld. He tells him he will one day take possession of the great forest of Jura. Back in the village, Rimuru finds out he can use all of Ifrit's skills now, including body double. He immediately
can make clones and everything because of this.
Tries it out and realizes he is genderless in his human form.
He was so disappointed.
He also
was so disappointed.
realizes he can finally taste food again now that he can transform into a human, so decides to eat dinner with the others.
God damn it, fellas, this is gay if he's genderless.
That night, Rigger returns.
Yo, do you know why there are no pregnant Barbie dolls? It's because Ken came in another box. I don't know why I decided to say. I don't know why. Okay.
From a patrol and tells Rimuru that monsters from deep inside the forest have been traveling near their village. Hearing this, Rimuru sends Ranga, Rigger, and the rest of the hunting party to inspect the forest.
Yes, inspect the forest. I love that. Finally, it took so long, but finally our boy can actually walk around as a human. Like, I think the writers at some point realized, yes, slime hentai is great, but we needed a body for that slime hentai. That way we could have peak hentai and you probably are thinking I'm weird here that I'm thinking this way, but I'll be honest, I'll be upfront. I think that every isekai writer has fapped to hentai of their own characters. I'm just saying. That's the driving force there.
Rimuru returns to the cave where
Nah, we all think like this. True. Thank you. Someone finally admits it.
Veldora has been sealed in order to try out the skills he acquired from absorbing Shizu. Among others, he received a rare skill called Degenerate that can merge.
Woo! I also have the skill Degenerate. Me and him, we are like one guy. Not in the weird way, but like, bro, I'm just saying. I also have the skill Degenerate. It is something incredibly powerful.
Merge different skills together and make new skills. He also
I don't know how that has to do with anything, but cool.
Also finds out that if he wears Shizu's mask, he can conceal his huge magic power and make himself seem like a normal human. Suddenly, Ranga uses his thoughts to
Okay, at least he won't stick out wearing the mask, so that's cool.
Contact Rimuru and tell him his party has been attacked. When Rimuru finds his friends in the forest, he sees 6 horned ogres
6 horny ogres? My god! That sounds like a really good plot.
attacking them. Everyone except Ranga and Rigger were put to sleep by one of the attacker's spells. Approaching the ogres, Rimuru apologizes to them in case his friends did something wrong. However, the red-haired ogre recognizes his mask and accuses him of killing their friends, which is why they want to kill him now.
Oh, no, I totally didn't do that. Actually, I sort of maybe.
Seeing they can't be reasoned with, Rimuru sends
Yo, I've seen these ogres, right? They end up joining up with him, right?
Ranga to take on the pink-haired ogre, while Rimuru fights the
No way! No way!
They can't be reasoned with. Rimuru sends Ranga to take on the pink-haired ogre.
You take this little shy, little whimpering thing in the back. I got the rest of them. What an absolute giga chad.
Ogre, while Rimuru fights the other ones. He first paralyzes the largest of the ogres with a spell, then restrains another one with his steel threads. He smashes the—
Bro, I love how he shoots fart gas at the big guy, and he uses his legendary BDSM technique on the mommy ogre. It's all part of his plan. Man's a genius. What can I say? He knows what he's doing.
He smashes the blue-haired ogre's sword with his body armor skill and knocks him out.
All right, that one gets brutalized.
While Rimuru tries talking to the red-haired ogre again, the old ogre cuts his arm off, even though he had his body armor skill equipped.
Yo, this guy's awesome. I know this dude from season 2. This guy's dope.
However, Rimuru simply reabsorbs his arm and regenerates it, surprising the ogres. Rimuru decides
they didn't see that coming.
To get serious and takes off his mask, unleashing his magic. He conjures a huge vortex of black flame and destroys a large rock, demonstrating his overwhelming power.
This little child-looking dude out here. I'll just show you my overwhelming power for a second. No biggie.
The red-haired ogre, who turns out to be the leader of the ogre clan, realizes Rimuru is stronger than him but doesn't let himself get intimidated. Suddenly, the pink-haired ogre stands between Rimuru and the other—
What was the wolf doing? What was he doing the whole time? You had one job, guy, and it was to fight this lady, and you did nothing.
And tells the red-haired ogre that Rimuru isn't their enemy. The person they are looking for is used underhanded to make orcs attack their village, while Rimuru is powerful enough that he could kill them on his own.
What? Good logic. It's like, yes, this villain that we were talking about, yeah, that guy, he was playing Clash of Clans out there. He was out there, he was turning ogres against ogres. This guy, he has a nuclear weapon on his disposal. Listen, would he really be bitching and moaning and manipulating people if he was goddamn Oppenheimer?
Hearing this, the red-haired ogre is willing to listen to what Rimuru has to say.
Yes, you make a good point.
Rimuru
You make a wonderful point. That's true. That's so true and real.
Introduces himself, revealing that he is actually a slime and that his mask is a keepsake of his deceased friend. The red-haired ogre takes a better look at the mask and realizes it's different than the mask their enemy wore. He gets down on one knee and asks Rimuru and the others to accept his apology. Having made peace, Rimuru takes the ogres to his village.
Dude, I love that this man, he's literally he's so overpowered. He's going from village to village, just incorporating them into his harem. A lot of you think that he's like some dictator. He is not a dictator. He is just a harem god.
At night, Rimuru eats with everyone and enjoys the taste of good food for the first time since he was reincarnated. Talking to Kaijin and Rimuru, the ogres tell them that orcs attacked their village, killing everyone except the 6 of them. Even though orcs are supposed to be weaker than ogres, these orcs came in huge numbers and were equipped with human weapons and armor. The red-haired ogre saw a masked person working with them and
Wait a second.
Equipped with human weapons and armor. The red-haired ogre saw a masked
person. Wait! He saw Rimuru with Rimuru's mask and he was like, oh my god, you're the masked person. You must be the same as this guy. Nikocado Avocado with the buggy mask. Bro, I could totally see how you would mix them up. That's so true. I could so see it. You have a mask, he has a mask. You're the same guy. He was grieving. Come on, bro. You do not make this mistake. You're kidding. He saw Snorlax wearing a Joker mask. And then when he bumped into a child wearing some creepy edgelord spider mask, and he was like, same guy, probably.
Working with them.
Maybe he lost weight over the last 24 hours.
Suspects that the orcs have started working with one of the demon lords.
That's
Since
cringe.
The orcs might become a threat to Rimuru's village too. Rimuru asks the ogres to become his subordinates and
He's like, well, you have an enemy, and they might end up being the enemy of me as well. So I have an idea. How about no. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to be your ally. I don't want to be your friend. No. I want you to be my subordinate. I want to own you. I will be your leader, your ruler. I will dominate you.
You make Teo beat their common enemy. The next morning, the red-haired ogre decides to accept Rimuru's offer.
Dude, Rimuru out here, he's like, he wants peace, but he wants peace beneath him. Bro, I will subjugate you and enforce peace.
On the condition that the
all of my wives and husbands will get along.
contract lasts until they beat the orcs. Gathering all 6
Bruh, she got a pair of tiggle bitties on her.
So the ogres, he
Goddamn, whoever made this anime knows what's going on.
starts
Subjugation, the anime. And it's all through the guise of other people being assholes.
giving them names. However, as soon as he names them, he loses consciousness. Rimuru wakes up with the ogres gathered around him and sees that they now look younger and more intelligent than before.
They joined his clan, they became his subordinates, and they leveled up in intelligence. Oh my god! This world is not fair! How is this world fair?
He named third-haired ogre Benimaru.
Bro, looks... They just made him hotter.
The pink-haired ogre became Shuna.
She looks exactly the same!
The purple-haired ogre became Cheyenne.
Let's freaking go. Let's go. Let's go. Honestly, that's a dub. That's a dub.
The old ogre became Hakaru.
Bro, just looks slightly less wrinkly.
Shuna.
You're kidding me.
The purple-haired ogre became
Does she have bigger boobs?
Cheyenne.
Damn.
The old ogre became Hak.
You're kidding me, brother. It just made him slightly less wrinkly.
The gloomy blue-haired ogre became Sodi, and
Yo, he just became an emo.
the largest ogre became Kurobe.
Yeah.
Because the ogres are so powerful,
Brother.
Rimuru spent all his magic after naming only 6 of them. In the middle of the great forest of Jura, there are marshlands where the lizardmen live. That night, the lizardmen report to their chieftain that the
Bro, this is just Overlord, just more wholesome Overlord. It's wholesome Overlord. This is crazy.
gigantic orc army has been sighted near their territory. The chieftain thinks that such a huge number
Okay, fellas. I'm not a furry if the lizard lady has no fur, right?
orc army has been sighted near their territory.
I'm just saying, like, if you could, like, if I hypothetically thought she can get some, like, that wouldn't make me a furry because she has no fur. Scaly, you'd live with that.
The chieftain thinks that such a huge...
I mean, this is all hypothetical, bro. For me, it's only humans. You know what I'm saying? It's only, or at least human adjacent, right? Like, anyway.
huge number of orcs could only be controlled by the Orc Lord, a unique legendary monster. Since the orc army is twice as big as the lizardmen's army, that chieftain sends his son, a flamboyant lizardman called Gabiru, to travel to different goblin villages and try to recruit them as reinforcements.
Goblin
In Rimuru's village, Benimaru also tells Rimuru about the possibility of an orc
Bro's not gonna lie. They really had a crazy glow up.
lord existing. Before the orcs attacked, a strange man visited the ogre village. He wanted to name all the ogres, but they drove him away because they found him untrustworthy.
True.
As he was leaving, he cursed them all.
Oh, that sucks.
Benimaru says
Same bird mask guy. Oh, man.
the man's name was Gelmud, and Rimuru realizes that Rieger told him his brother was given a name by someone called Gelmud. Meanwhile, Gabiru's party is traveling to different goblin villages and convincing their inhabitants to join their cause. On the way, Gabiru's subordinates are constantly praising him, leading him to believe that he could take over as the next lizardman's chieftain soon.
You are joking me. While this is going on, there's also a lizardman insurrection thing happening. Look at this man orgasming. It's like, you are cool. Oh, thank you.
A few days later, Rimuru starts giving Theogres different jobs. While Shuna is making clothes for the villagers, Sham declared herself Rimuru's personal secretary and bodyguard.
Dub, let's go. If I could have picked one of them to be my personal secretary and bodyguard, god damn, I would have made the same choice.
However, Shuna wants to take care of Rimuru too.
Oh man, this is so rough. I hate when all the women fight over me. When I'm just there and you have all these women out there fighting because they're fighting. Oh man, I hate when that happens. That's just awkward. It happens so often. Like I can't even count how many times this happened.
So they start a rivalry.
Yes.
Rigard appears and tells Rimuru that a group of lizardmen has arrived in the village. Gabiru makes a dramatic entrance and tells everyone he will make them serve under him so they can defeat the orcs together.
Oh my god, the reflecting light. Oh my god, that's so funny. What? Oh my god.
But Rimuru and the others aren't impressed. Rimuru wants to unite with the lizardmen against the orcs, but he doesn't trust Gabiru. Gabiru thinks Rimuru is deceiving the goblins, the wolves, and the others and tells them he will defeat him for them.
Sure.
Because Gabiru
I need me a friend group like that. Bro, this man has more yes men than Logan Paul.
insulted his master, Ranga gets angry and prepares to attack. When Gobda suddenly appears. Getting an idea, Ranga tells Gabiru he will consider his offer to join him if he can defeat Gobda, and Gabiru arrogantly agrees.
Oh, you idiot. You idiot.
Gapta throws his spear towards Gabiru
Good
to
try.
distract him, jumps out from his shadow using the shadow movement skill and kicks him in the neck,
Bro, I love this guy.
making him lose
Little
consciousness.
Smeagol Goblin, so dope.
Turning to the
Oh my
lizardmen,
God.
Rimuru tells them he will consider helping them fight the orcs, but they won't serve them. He tells them to
If you join me instead, and his empire grows.
take Gabiru with them and leave for the day.
Gapta the G.
Later, Soy returns from his patrol and tells everyone that
Bro, Gapta is what Andrew Tate wishes he was.
the orc army is advancing towards the lizardmen's territory.
I could see it now. Nux is fending off women with a stick. So real. True. Yes. Yes.
While they are discussing what to do
Because I would never touch them with my bare hands, is what you mean. Of course. Absolutely. 1000%. So real and true. And cancelable.
about the orcs,
Everything I
Soy
want.
tells Rimuru that a dryad is looking for him.
Yo! These dryads keep looking for me also, all over the place. It's like, goddamn dryads, leave me be a little bit. Like, they have a lot to offer. Like, I mean, they do. Damn, those are nice. I do like those.
Suddenly, a dryad teleports into the room and introduces herself as Trainee. Since
Introduces yourself as what? Huh?
Suddenly, a dryad teleports into the room and introduces herself as Trainee.
Was it a mispronunciation on his side, or did that sound really bad? Okay.
Since dryads know about everything going on in the forest, Trainee reveals that they have noticed that an orc lord appeared. However, the dryad village
noticed
isn't
the
strong
orc
enough to take
lord.
on the orcs, so Trainee is looking for help from Rimuru's village.
Yo, everyone just showing up to basically submit to this man. Holy crap. I know why everyone loves this show. And it's because of the plot and politics, is what I was saying.
Benamaru reveals that the Orc Lord has a skill called Starve that allows him and his army to devour everything in their paths and get stronger from it.
They have a skill called Starve. No.
In return, they all feel an endless hunger. Hearing this, Rimuru realizes the Orc's goal is stealing the forest's monsters' powers by eating them instead of ruling over them.
Oh, that sucks.
Trainee also says that the Dryads have confirmed that a
Rare
powerful
cannibalism, L.
subordinate of the Demon Lord is behind the Orc Lord's appearance. Thinking Rimuru is strong enough to defeat the Orc Lord, Trainee once again asks Rimuru to help her defeat him. Thinking about it and consulting the Great Sage skill, Rimuru accepts her proposal and all his subordinates agree to help him.
Let's go.
Since Gabiru
I
is
love that the one with the massive tibbies is the one that's holding him all the time. Like, goddamn. Man, you've already shown your dominance. You don't need to keep proving it.
Trustworthy, Soe offers to visit the Lizardman's chieftain directly and ask him to fight with them, so Rimuru sends him there. Somewhere
Yes.
else,
Bro,
Gabiru
just
finally wakes
teleported.
up. He realizes a strange man with a clown mask is with the other Lizardmen. His name is Laplace, and he has come as a servant of Lord Gelmud.
Oh, yeah, that guy. You see, this guy, he could be representing the creepy clown dude. 1,000%. Absolutely.
Who was the one
Laplace.
who gave Gabiru his name. He convinces Gabiru that his father is too weak to fight the Orc Lord and tells him he
I
should
love clown villains. Dude, I absolutely love clown villains in anime. They're always so hot. I mean, cool. Cool is what I was saying. I said cool. I said cool!
go back into the marshlands and take over as the new chieftain. Meanwhile, the massive orc army is marching towards the Lizardman's territory. Before they get there, Soe arrives.
Yes.
He confirms the chieftain's theory about the orc
I am the
lord and
edgelord.
proposes that Rimuru's village joins forces with the Lizardmen. When the chieftain hears the Dryads have personally asked Rimuru to help them, he accepts the proposal, realizing that Rimuru could be a strong ally to him. However, he first wants to meet Rimuru personally, and he makes a deal with Soe to meet up in 7 days. After Soe leaves, the chieftain gathers
Dude, the guy's so cool. Bro, these ogre guys that joined him are so dope.
his army and tells them not to attack the orcs until. Reinforcements arrive from Rimuru's village. He doesn't want his soldiers to die for no reason and make
Makes
the
sense.
orc army more
Makes
powerful.
Sense. Makes sense.
4 days
I
later,
guess.
the orcs start invading and the lizardmen defend their country, but don't attack the orcs straightforwardly. Suddenly,
Straightforwardly is not a word.
Gabiru appears and visits his father.
But I like the tactics.
He doesn't agree with waiting for Rimuru's reinforcements
Oh my god, I knew this man was gonna go for a whole insurrection.
and thinks that his father
And I know a thing or two about erections. Insurrections.
doesn't know what he is doing. Thinking he can lead the lizardmen better than him,
Bro, why is it?
and
Can you
thinks that his
explain to
father
me
doesn't know what he is
Explain to me.
doing.
Why female lizard man armor only covers their boobs?
Thinking he can lead the
Or is that the dudes?
lizardmen better than
Either way, it's weird.
him, he forcefully takes over as the new lizardman chieftain. When he takes the chieftain's weapon, the vortex spear, He feels its power flowing into him.
Yo.
Meanwhile, Gabiru's subordinates have gathered every lizardman who didn't agree with the previous chieftain, and Gabiru announces to them that they are going to war with the orcs immediately. Meanwhile, the orcs continue advancing and the lizardmen ambush them. The powerful lizardmen soldiers manage to kill some of the orcs, but then the other orcs start eating their corpses and
oh my god!
grow stronger. While his father knows the true terror of the orc lord, Gabiru has no idea what he is facing. Thank you so much for staying.
That's nutty, homie. I like that. That was good. There's a part 2, 3, and 4. So, 10,000 likes and I'll keep going. Like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitch. Stay weird, fam.